The Bone Weaver, a California Nightmare. The Bone Weaver, a California Nightmare. The redwood forests of Northern California are a cathedral of giants. Towering trees cloaked in mist, their roots drinking deep from the earth in a quiet that feels ancient. In Humboldt County, hikers and rangers knew the trails, but they also knew the stories. Whispers of the Bone Weaver, a spider-like beast with a skull for a head, weaving webs of human and animal bones high in the canopy. It was said to stalk silently, its laughter a taunt before it claimed you. Most called it folklore, a spooky yarn for campfires. Dana Pierce wasn't so dismissive. Dana was 29, a park ranger with sharp eyes and a practical streak, her auburn hair always tied back under her cap. She'd patrolled the redwoods for years, tracking wildlife and scoffing at ghost stories. On June 14, 2023, she got a call about a missing hiker, Elliot Vance, a 35-year-old photographer last seen near Fern Gully, a dense stretch of forest off the main trails. Probably just lost his way, she told her supervisor, grabbing her gear, a radio, flashlight, and a small knife. She headed out at dusk, the sky turning gold through the trees. Fern Gully was a maze of ferns and moss, the redwoods so thick they blocked the sun, casting everything in a perpetual twilight. Dana called out, "Elliot, you out here?" Her voice echoed, unanswered, and the forest felt too still. No birds, no rustling, just the faint drip of moisture. She found his backpack first, half buried under a root, its straps torn. Nearby, a trail of broken twigs led upward. She tilted her flashlight into the canopy and froze. High above, a web glinted, not silk but bone, ribs, femurs, skulls, threaded into a spiral, swaying gently. "What the hell?" Dana muttered, stepping closer. A faint laugh echoed down, sharp, mocking, like a child's giggle stretched too thin. She swung her light, catching movement, the Bone Weaver. It clung to a trunk, its spider-like body a mass of wiry limbs, black and glistening, topped with a human skull, grinning, eyeless, teeth bared. Its legs twitched, threading a fresh bone into the web, a deer's antler, still wet with blood. The laugh came again, louder, bouncing off the trees. Dana's training kicked in. "Elliot, if you're here, shout!" she yelled, backing away. The Weaver answered instead, its skull tilting. "Elliot, shout!" Her words parroted in a hollow, chittering voice. She stumbled, her boot catching a root, and the creature dropped lower, legs splaying as it spun a thread of bone toward her. She ducked, the strand thunking into the dirt, a finger bone, human, polished white. "Oh God," she gasped, drawing her knife. It lunged, skittering across the web, its skull clacking as it laughed her gasp back. "Oh God, God!" Dana slashed, the blade glancing off a leg, hard as iron, sparking faintly. The Weaver recoiled, then darted up, vanishing into the canopy. She ran, heart pounding, but the laughter followed, weaving through the trees. "Run, run!" She tripped again, her flashlight rolling away, and saw it, Elliot's ID, tangled in a low web, his photo staring blankly up at her. The forest twisted around her, paths disappearing, the air growing heavy with the smell of rot. Dana's radio crackled, but only static came through. No help, no way out. The Weaver dropped again, this time from above, its legs pinning her arms as its skull loomed close, chittering her scream. No, no. She kicked, wrenching free, and bolted blind, crashing through ferns until she hit a ranger trail at dawn, collapsing in the mud. Search teams went back the next day, led by Dana's shaky directions. They found the web, bigger now, with Elliot's camera woven in, its lens cracked, but still holding shots of the Weaver's skull leering down. No body, no tracks, just that mocking laugh on the wind. Dana quit the service, moving inland, but she hears it in her sleep, the giggle, the clack of bone. In Humboldt, rangers warn hikers off Fern Gully now, and the webs grow higher, glinting in the mist, waiting for the next soul to wander too close.